What's up guys, PTCGL here and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today guys, we're going to be looking at Lugia VSTAR, a deck that I have grown very accustomed to lately as I have been testing with it and against it a ton for the World Championships. Now, by the time this recording comes out, Worlds will either be on Championship Sunday or Worlds will be over. So, I'm able to kind of share this list because this is a tournament winning list that my best friend Henry Simmons was able to use to win the late night North America Worlds Prep Tournament, which had like over 300 something players. It was like the biggest event, one of the biggest online tournaments of the year, and he was able to win with this Lugia VSTAR list that I helped create. It's not really anything super special. There are a couple different cards in here. But we're going to break down this deck list. We've talked about Lugia before on the channel. In fact, it was the first video that I made this year, all the way back in like January or something like that. But we're back today with Lugia, and we're going to show off why I personally believe that Lugia VSTAR is the kind of perfect deck in this format right now, because it is like literally the anti-meta deck. It has so many versatile options. I've talked about this before in other videos lately, especially like my tier list video, which I just posted a few days ago. But mainly, Lugia VSTAR is super adaptable. It's super versatile. It can one-shot stuff before it sets up. There's all sorts of things that Lugia can do, and we're going to break it down and kind of talk about why it's kind of in the spot that it's in. So, first off, we have Lugia VSTAR with 280 HP. It's a VSTAR Pokemon, and mainly Lugia VSTAR is ultimately in here first things first for the Summoning Star VSTAR Power ability, which allows you to put up to two colorless Pokemon that don't have a rule box from your discard pile onto your bench. Basically how this works is we want to be able to get our Archeops into play. We use Summoning Star to get Archeops into play, and then Archeops can use a Primal Turbo ability to accelerate special energies onto our Pokemon. Now there are a ton of Pokemon that can take advantage of this Primal Turbo ability. Lugia VSTAR can use it to use the Tempest Dive attack to get rid of problematic stadiums, but more importantly, it does exactly 220 damage, which allows you to knock things out like Regidrago V. It can knock out Tealmask Ogerpon EX. Lots of little different things can get knocked out by Tempest Dive. And if Tempest Dive can't get the job done, then we have other cards that can help do get the job done. And there are just a ton of different examples that we're going to give. We're going to focus on the attackers first, and we'll go in with the support Pokemon, which is 3 of those, but they're more importantly they're the attackers. First off, the kind of most custom thing about this list is the Wellspring Ogerpon EX inclusion, which I know that this isn't super custom, I guess, because it's a card that's been included in different decks before, but it's not a very popular card in Lugia at the time of recording this video. At least from what I've seen, there's not a ton of Wellsprings. It's kind of like a niche card, but when I say that this card can literally just auto-win you matchups, I seriously mean that this card can auto-win you matchups. Wellspring Mask Ogerpon EX has 210 HP, and it has 2 different attacks that are both useful in their own ways, one of them being way more useful, and the other one kind of being a really niche, kind of tricky sort of attack. The first one is Sob, which is the least important of the two, and it does 20 damage, and during your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon can't retreat. Now, with Sob, you can actually attach a double turbo energy, which will reduce your damage by 20, and then you can just keep using Sob to stall your opponent out, and if they don't have like a Professor Turo scenario, they don't have a switch card or switch or something like that, then they're kind of stuck in the active spot with maybe a useless Pokemon, as you can just keep using Sob stall. There's also the Torrential Pump attack, for 100 damage, and it requires 1 water and 2 of any energy, which is just going to be 2 colorless energy, and it allows you to shuffle 3 energy attached to Wellspring Mask Ogerpon into your deck, and if you do, this attack does 120 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Now, this is really good against evolution-focused decks, mainly Charizard EX. In fact, it's mostly in here for Charizard EX, but you can also use it against Gardevoir EX. Those are the kind of the 2 like big bads when it comes to like evolution stage 2 sort of decks. Wellspring Mask Ogerpon can get the job done, and it can make sure that you basically just win the game on the spot. Because if you get rid of both your opponent's Charmanders, for example, with Torrential Pump, then Torrential Pump, then they don't have any more attackers, and you basically can just outpace them the rest of the game. You can even keep using Torrential Pump because you have to shuffle 3 energy attached to the Pokemon, which means that you can just keep recycling the same energy over and over again and just knocking out anything else. And then against Gardevoir, usually they're going to have like 3 Ralts down on the on the field, and so you can basically take out 2 of those Ralts and leave them with 1, and then they're going to be playing catch up the whole time as well, because once again, Gardevoir, not once again, I've talked about it before, Gardevoir is a very simplistic deck, and it has to get certain pieces together in order to be able to do anything effectively, and Wellspring Mask Ogerpon basically is your anti-evolution, smaller HP card to work with. We also have Iron Hands EX in here because of the Amp You Very Much attack. We can't use Arm Press with this deck. We're only using Amp You Very Much, and that's because we can just take 2 prizes off of a single prizer, or we can take 3 prizes off of a double prizer and kind of just speed up the game in our favor with the prize trade. It's literally only used for Amp You Very Much. It's not used for anything else, and it does require one of any energy, but we'll get to that in just a minute. So we already talked about Archeops. We also have Bloodmoon Ursaluna EX, which is in here specifically for the Raging Bolt matchup. Raging Bolt is a very awkward matchup for Lugia, and for any deck right now, Raging Bolt is kind of like a deck that can disrupt a lot. It can do lots of damage, and it just has high HP. But Bloodmoon Ursaluna EX can be a really great late game attacker that can be used for free because of the season skill ability. It's basically like Radiant Charizard if it was a colorless type, and you can basically use Bloodmoon for free in the end game. Doing 240 damage is really nice. It's 10 less than Radiant Charizard, but it can basically help clean up at the end of the game, especially if you kind of are running out of energy and you can't maybe do other things with Cincinos or whatever. Bloodmoon Ursaluna can clean stuff up, get some knockouts, and kind of just, it's used as a great cleanup card. Next up, we have Lugia V, which obviously evolves into Lugia VSTAR. We really aren't going to be using Arrow Dive. We can use Read the Wind if we're going second, and we can discard an Archeops from our hand and draw 3 cards to help us set up. And then we also have Minccino, which we don't really care about Minccino too much, into the Cinccino. Cinccino is incredibly powerful, ridiculously overpowered in this deck, because not only is it a single prize Pokemon, it can knock anything out with Special Roll. Special Roll does 70 damage for each Special Energy card attached to Cinccino, and you can stack your Special Energies on it. If you have 5 Special Energies attached, you're knocking anything in the game out, which I know is a big, it's a big commitment, but being able to one-shot a Charizard EX with a single prizer is ridiculously overpowered, and it just puts you in such a favorable position against most decks, because they're not going to want to leave the Cinccino out on the board. It creates an awkward situation where it's I don't want this Cinccino there, because otherwise it'll just one-shot any of my Pokemon, but I also want to take more prize cards. And so it basically becomes a sort of uncomfortable situation for your opponent. If you can set up Cinccino, then you basically put them in a really awkward situation where they're can I afford to knock out this Cinccino, or is it kind of just not enough? Is one prize card actually going to be worth the losing another 2 prizer or something like that, or vice versa? Is losing a 2 prizer worth kind of keeping the Cinccino alive? And so it's a very really great card, because it can basically put matches in your favor because of the weird prize trade. And yeah, looking at the rest of the list, every single item card in here is a Pokemon search card. So we're going to talk about that. We have 4 Capturing Aromas for our evolution and basics. It's basically a coin flip card. I like to call Lugia kind of the casino deck, because it's literally a 50-50 on how the game plan is going to go for most of the cards. And Capturing Aroma can heads, if you get a heads, you get an evolution Pokemon, and tails, you get a basic Pokemon. And honestly, this is one of my least favorite cards in the game, just because it always will give me the wrong one. But it's in here because it can kind of benefit you regardless. It does kind of suck in some niche scenarios where you kind of need Like, let's say I needed a Lugia V-STAR in order to kind of get the ball rolling, and I got Tails. Well, now what do I do? But it's a good card to get Pokemon out, but it's a 50-50 on if you're searching for a specific Pokemon. Next up, we were playing 2 copies of Great Balls. Look at the top 7 cards. Another kind of lottery gambling focused card. But since there's so many Pokemon in this deck, you're almost guaranteed to hit something off a Great Ball. I actually did the math, and if you had like, if there was like a couple of specific things, but there's a 52% chance you'll draw into at least one Pokemon with Great Ball, which is almost another 50-50 chance card, which is just really crazy to think about. Next up, we have 4 copies of Ultra Ball. This helps us discard our Archeops, and it lets us get any of our Pokemon in play, and that's it for items. Yeah, that's it. There's no like Pokemon Catcher, PAL Pad, things like that. We are playing 2 copies of Mesagoza, just to try and search out more Pokemon. I did tell Henry that we could probably play a Jamming Tower after the tournament was over, and we considered Jamming Tower for the tournament, but we just decided to go with Mesagoza because we had already practiced with this list for dozens and dozens of hours. So yeah, we just decided to go with Mesagoza, and it's a really good card because it allows us to get our Pokemon in play. And then our supporters, 2 Boss's Orders, 2 copies of Carmine. Carmine allows us to discard our hand and draw 5 on the first turn, even if we're going first, which is really good to help turbo and start our deck. It also replaces the need for Squawkabilly EX, but then it's kind of useless after that. We have Iono to kind of disrupt our opponent, and also shuffle special energies back into our deck. Very useful card, especially in the late game, where maybe Lugia is like sitting either in a comfortable position, or you kind of just need to slow down your opponent so that way you can set something up. We are also playing 1 copy of Jacques. Jacques allows us to search our deck for 2 evolution Pokemon for no extra cost other than the cost of our supporter, and put them into our hand. So we can grab like 2 Archeops and then Ultra Ball them, and then get our Lugia set up or something like that. It's like a very interesting card. He's a very like niche card. You're not going to use him a ton, but he's there when you do need him, and he can also grab like Cinccinos and stuff like that. So Jacques is a very good card in here. And we also have 2 copies of Professor's Research just to flat out discard cards, maybe an Archeops if we're lucky, and then draw 7 new cards. Okay, special energies. We're playing 2 copies of Double Turbo Energy, and this is kind of just so that way we can use like Iron Hands EX and Wellspring Ogerpon EX. We do 20 less damage, so we don't want to put this on like Cinccinos or Lugia V-STAR really. It's just so that way we can use kind of our more situational special energies. We also have Gift Energy in here, 4 copies of Gift Energy to basically draw up into a new hand. It creates a really uncomfortable situation for our opponent. Let's say we have like 2 cards in our hand and our opponent's going to knock us out. Gift Energy can draw us up to 7 cards, and it can be like, do I want to give them like 5 cards or whatever like that? And it just becomes another awkward situation for our opponent. We are also playing 4 copies of Jet Energy. It's a free switch in, but it's not really what it's needed for. It's kind of just fuel. It's just kind of special energy fuel for this deck. But it can come in use in certain scenarios. But it's mainly just in here as kind of like a plain, basic colorless energy to be able to accelerate. Legacy Energy is our A-spec of choice. Now, we've played a lot of decks lately that have had Legacy Energy in it. So I'm going to just cut right to the chase. 1 less prize card for our opponent. And it also provides 1 of any energy. So we put this on Iron Hands, or we can put this on Wellspring Ogerpon. And Iron Hands becomes a 1 prizer. Wellspring Ogerpon can attack things and shuffle it back into the deck, so we can use it either again, or we can put it on our Iron Hands. But we can also put it on anything to basically make it either a 1 prizer, or on a Cinccino, it makes it a 0 prizer. So yeah, they're really funny because you can create some even more awkward situations for your opponent. And also you get 1 of any energy, which is very nice. We are playing 3 copies of Mist Energy, and this is mainly so that way we can't get hit by Dragapult EX's Phantom Dive from like Regidrago, so that way our opponent can't kind of like clean up with Regidrago or whatever. But it also prevents any sort of like other weird like lock options or stuff like that. It's just mainly in here to prevent Phantom Dive, And then we are playing 2 copies of V-Guard Energy specifically against Regidrago, so they can't use Giratina V-Star's Lost Impact attack and do exactly 280 damage to our Lugia V-Star, and also it's just another fuel energy. And yeah, okay, almost forgot to mention that we do have Iron Bundle and Lumineon V in here. Iron Bundle just kind of can create uncomfortable situations for our opponent, making them put up like a 2-prizer if they're trying to stall with a single prizer. And also Lumineon can get us our supporters at any point in the game. And yeah, okay, so this is the list. I know, again, I probably spent way too much time talking about this. A lot of you guys probably already know how Lugia works, but yeah, it's a really good deck. I apologize for spending a lot of time talking about this stuff all the time. Again, I said it last deck profile video. I just want to make sure that everyone fully understands how this deck works before we play the game. And also, if you don't need to know, then that's fine. Oh, hold on. Before we get started, here is the deck list on Limitless TCG. Kind of like the Limitless view. You're going to see it on screen now. I nearly forgot to do that, but I am going to keep trying to do that going forward here, so that way you get a better visual representation. So now you've gotten a chance to see it, now let's head into some games and see if we can make Lugia V-Star work. I've been playing it a decent amount lately, against it as well. Just kind of like, you know, playing against Henry specifically. We've been playtesting a lot, and I gotta say that Lugia has been really good. It only loses really to itself because of that, all those coin flip cards that I was talking about. It's just like a very RNG reliant deck. So you want to go first. We really are hoping that we can go first here and win the coin flip. Excuse me, sorry. I think our opponent won the coin flip, so they're probably going to go first, as most decks want to go first right now. So that puts us in an awkward situation. No, we're going to go first. So Lugia really benefits from going first because we get to do our stuff first. Which one do we want? I guess Wellspring is the lesser of 2 evils here. We do have Jacques. Ooh, they're starting with a Pheasantipity, which isn't great for them. I'm guessing it's gonna be Lugia. I think that we try and rip the Mezagoza first before we try Great Ball, because I think we should have gone Great Ball and then Mezagoza. Okay, so Mezagoza, we can go and get a Lugia V. Yeah, we'll go get Lugia V, and then we can go for Great Ball, I guess. Okay, so it worked out after all. I can get a Lugia V-Star, and then, this is like an awkward situation. Do I want the Lugia V-Star to guarantee, or do I want the Minccino and try to, like, set something up here? I actually don't know. Do I want the Minccino, or do I want the... I guess we can Jacques if we really have to. So I think we'll go for the Minccino. And, yeah, okay. So we'll do something like this. We can actually put the gift energy on the Wellspring. So that way, if they do somehow knock it out, then we're looking okay. And then I don't think I want to use... Oh, we could actually... You know what? We actually could go for, We could go for Carmine, actually. I keep forgetting that Carmine can be used on the first turn. It's just, like, very weird. Yes, I would like to use Luminous Sign, and I would like to go and get a Carmine. We only had 1 in the deck, so that's a little scary. We also are losing our Jacques, which isn't great, but, I mean, we need to get cards going here. Okay, another Lugia V and a Capturing Aroma. Part of me wants to just kind of wait and see what we draw. Because I don't, and we can Mezagoza too, so I don't really want to use Ultra Ball or Capturing Aroma, so I think we're just going to pass. Now, this does leave us vulnerable with only one Lugia V, but at the same time, we need to have 2 Archeops in the discard pile, and I don't really want to, like, try and risk, like, filling up our bench. Ooh, Tails on Mezagoza for our opponent. So, Heavy Ball, they're probably going to have 1. No, they don't. Oh my gosh, hold on. Can we just win next turn? Pokestop. Okay, so this is definitely going to be Raging Bolt. They got a Trekking Shoes. Can they get a Pokemon with the Trekking Shoes? Please don't keep that card. Don't have it, please. Please, all we need is just Attach Pass. Is that it? Is that the play? Please tell me that's... Oh my gosh. Okay, we can even try and Pokestop away. Okay, here we go. So all we need, I think, is one Archeops in the discard, and we actually have that, I think. We just need to hit heads on the Capturing Aroma. Because if we do that, then we can go for 2 energies on the Minccino, right? Yeah, we'll just need 2 energies on the Minccino, and then let's go ahead and use Capturing Aroma first. And we got Tails. So that kind of messes stuff up. We didn't really want Tails. Lumineon now no longer can get that out. And research doesn't exactly, you know, guarantee it. But I think we just need 1 Archeops in discard. And if I think by doing another Lumineon, which seems very awkward and very weird, we actually still can do it. So I think we're fine. We just need to discard 1 Archeops. So I think we'll attach the Mist Energy here. We discard the Lugia. And let's go something like this. If we can't, then we can also just Sob Stall. I wonder if I didn't do this right. No, I think I did this right. So I think we go and get an Archeops. Because we have 3. Do I really want to do that? Or do I want to just try and, like, you know, get another Ultra Ball? Because I think we still have... Okay, we still have 3 Ultra Balls. So I think we just guarantee that we get a Cinccino going. I think we'll just guarantee that we have the Cinccino. We'll go here. Then we're going to Lumineon. So this is a very risky play. You never want to do this, basically, unless this ridiculous situation happens. We're going to go for the research. I know that we could have gotten an Archeops in the discard, and then we would have just needed that. But also, like... Okay, so I definitely think I should have gone for Archeops. But now, if we somehow... I think we just go Capturing Aroma. I actually don't know how I want to do this here. Do I want to go Capturing Aroma for... trying like hit a basic or something? I actually don't know. Let's go Capturing Aroma. We want to hit Tails, I think. Okay, well, I mean, it gave us Tails. And we're going to go get another Minccino, and we're just going to keep it in our hand. We're going to try the Pokestop. This is going to be a real risk, because we want to get 1 of our 3 Archeops in the discard. If we didn't get it, so I think we're just going to have to go with the Sob Stall play, which is not great, but it's fine, I guess. We also can just Iono. This basically makes them have to use Switch Cart. I really didn't like that because we also couldn't get rid of their Stadium. So, I guess it wouldn't have worked out regardless of what happened. Oh, they kept the card. It's probably a Nest Ball. Yeah, okay. Alright, we can't get an easy victory that way. So that's one of the problems that Lugia runs into, is kind of that really awkward and really dumb, excuse me, really dumb situation. We actually are literally using the Sob Stall right now. I don't think they've used Pokestop yet, which is a bit concerning for us, but also they would need like Switch Cart to be able to effectively do anything. Energy retrieval. So I think what we want to do, part of me just wants to take out this Teal Mask right now, but also I think that we're okay with not. Like, we can just go... And they can't use Cruel Arrow either, so they might retreat and just try and draw 3. Nope. I don't actually know why they didn't attach to the Teal Mask. Maybe they're just trying to pressure me into going into the Pheasantipity. I think we'll attach a Gift Energy here, just guarantee that we can at least attack this turn. Yeah, let's do this, and then let's go Iono. So just because we don't want this hand. We really don't want to have all this stuff in our hand. And an Ultra Ball. Ugh. And our opponent gave us a thumbs up. Very cringe. And we also got a ton of energy. What the heck? What is going on? Okay, well, we kind of need this to be a good Pokestop. Please? Where are Archeops? Can we discard 1? Thank you. And we even got another Ultra Ball, which is nice, I guess. So I think we'll go Summoning Star. Yeah, this just feels very awkward. I don't like how we had to do this in order to set up. We could have won last turn, but now they still have an opportunity to win. Let's go Primal Turbo, and we're just going to slap on... I kind of want to put the Legacy Energy on, but I know that Legacy can come into play later. We should have probably put the Jet Energy on before, because then we're wasting an energy on Wellspring. Yeah, that's a bit of a misplay. I think we can go for the Mist, or let's just go for a Jet, because we don't need to overcommit, and we can do 110 exact, or 210 exactly. And we'll put it onto our Cinccino. So the good news is that we're attacking with a 1-prizer, which is not what they want. Oh, they couldn't have gone into the Ogerpon. Yeah, I was like, why didn't they just go into Ogerpon or whatever? I guess they didn't want to. I don't know what I'm talking about. So let's just go Special Roll, take the KO, and basically also Lugia can start knocking stuff out too. So we take 2 prize cards. Our opponent probably is going to start getting set up. But we've also put them into that really weird situation where they're going to have to do a lot in order to knock out the single prizer. Otherwise, the single prizer will just run rampant and kind of destroy them from there. So we also still have another Minccino. Yeah, dude, that's disgusting. We Iono'd them into a crazy hand. That's why they obviously did the really cringe thumbs up. But I think at this point, we're kind of set up. They also just have a lot of things that they can do in order to, like, take multi-prize knockouts. But we also can take multi-prize knockouts. And if they don't take care of this Cinccino, then we basically just kind of stay ahead the rest of the game. So, look, I've been playing way too much Lugia lately. I know I rattled off, like, a crap ton of stuff right there. But that's kind of how this goes. I don't exactly know how they're going to do this, because they need to knock out this Cinccino. We can just set up another Cinccino, and we can attack with Lugia for the turn if needed, or we can actually even still go with Bloodmoon, actually. If they knock this out, then we just go Bloodmoon on the Raging Bolt, and knock it out like that. So I really also don't like how much energy we have in our hand. A Pokegear and a Nest Ball. So they definitely can use the Nest Ball probably for another Teal Mask, I'd imagine. Or they could go for their Sandy Shocks, but they can't KO with Sandy Shocks. Ooh, an Iron Bundle. Very tricky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would mean that they would need... I think that we want to put up Lumineon. So they do have Bundle, which can make it really... Yeah. Okay, so do we put up the Lugia and make them have to burn all their energies? Or do we put up the... I think we'll put up a Lumineon. So I'm okay with losing out. Because 2, we're still ahead on prizes no matter what. So it's okay if we go ahead and lose the Lumineon, because that means we keep the Cinccino, which is a really, like, kind of... Again, this is where that awkward kind of, I don't really want to keep this rat in play situation happens. So they're retreating. They're going to knock this thing out. But then we're just going to go in with Cinccino and knock them out. I actually played this exact matchup, like, I want to say an hour before recording this. So I kind of am, like, still in the zone on how to exactly beat Raging Bolt from here. Their prize trade is just really not good here. Because I'll just keep going 2-2-2 on all their other Pokemon. We still have another boss in deck, I believe. Yeah, we still have 2 more boss in deck, actually. I said 2 in the deck profile. We actually have 3 boss in here. So we basically, I think we just kind of win at this point in the game. Because we also can set up the Lugia. So they're knocking us out. They're going to probably take off all their... They have to take off 3 energies. So they're probably going to leave 1 on their Teal Mask. On one of their Teal Masks. Oh no, they get to keep 2 energies total. So they're probably going to keep the 1 on the bench and 1 on their Teal Masks. I'd imagine that's what they do. Because otherwise, then they lose out on energies for no reason. I also would really like to have like an Iono here and put them down to 4 rather than letting them have that big hand. We also can't get rid of Pokestop unless we were to use Tempest Dive, but Raging Bolt has 240 HP, so we can't do that. I don't exactly know what my opponent's trying to think through here. Your best bet is just to discard the 2 on the active and 1... Why would you do that much damage to the Lumineon V? I think that they might just realize that the game's practically over. I don't even think I want to set up the Lugia V-Star, to be honest. Let's just go Ultra Ball away the Lugia V and the Archeops. I can even just go get another rat, or which is what I call a Cinccino, too. Or I could just go get Bloodmoon Ursaluna as well. Like, I could just go get that and set that down and say, hey, guess what? If you want to take more prize cards, go ahead. But then we'll just knock you out in return. And yeah, we don't have another Cinccino in deck, so I think we'll just go get the Bloodmoon Ursaluna. And say, hey, guess what? We'll just have another attack option. Let's go ahead and attach the V-Guard energy, and then we can use Primal Turbo and put some energies on our Lugia. So basically, the Bloodmoon Ursaluna allows us to... Ooh, we could put the Legacy energy on as well. I think that Legacy might actually be our best bet, because that means our opponent is going to be in an awkward situation on, do I want to take a single prize knockout? We could just also go for another Jet energy onto the Lugia and then save. But I think that we're just going to put the Legacy on, so that way, like, they're kind of pressured to take this KO right now. Boom and boom. Yeah, so that way now they're pressured to go after this. I guess we should have probably maybe slapped that on the Bloodmoon, but we're doing 280 here. I don't want a Carmine either. I think that we just go special roll. Like, there's no reason to do anything else. We just take another knockout. I don't know why they did the energy discard that they did. Maybe they thought I couldn't get a KO, but we did. So that means that they are... Oh, look at that. 2 rats. We're basically kind of just in the winning position here. Because if they go after any of my 2 prizers, then I just have the response with either Cinccino or Bloodmoon. And then they also have, like, no energy in play. And if they don't, then we can just, like, try and dig for boss or something. And, maybe we should have actually gone Carmine. That might have probably been the better play. Because this is effectively their last turn. They need to have a Bravery Charm in order to stay in the game. Yeah. So we might have wanted to try and, like, gamble on the fact that we had a Cinccino to go with. And get our last Minccino. But yeah, also they put themselves in such a weird situation by discarding the wrong energies that I don't think that they can sustain another attack. They would need a tool, which is that Bravery Charm, but I don't think they have it. 2 Sawdust back into the deck with Pal Pad. Earthen Vessel, okay. Duskanor, okay, so they're playing that build that I saw on, like, Azul GG's channel. They're playing the weird Duskanor build. I don't exactly like it. It just seems, like, counterintuitive. But I don't see them winning here. If they take 2 prize cards, then that means that they cannot, you know, take 2 more. If they take 1 prize card, then we still win. I think we basically just put them in checkmate. They might just realize that, and they're just playing every single card because they can. So, we'll just wait it out, I guess. Are you going to attack? Because then we'll just go in with Bloodmoon, and we'll win. Prime Catcher, okay. But, oh, they went after the Arc. I don't care about that. Because that means Rat will get the KO anyways. What? Because if they, even if they do attach an energy, they're also like, okay, all right, sure, buddy. They're taking 1 prize card. I don't exactly know what my opponent's thought process is here. Because I only have 2 prizes left. They don't have, like, a Legacy energy attached. There's nothing that they can do to stop the Cinccino from just taking another knockout. I don't exactly know what their thought process was there. So, yeah, we'll just go special roll for 280 more damage, and that'll be that. Bada bing, bada boom. Take our last 2 prize cards, and we beat Raging Bolt, which is probably one of our worst matchups, to be honest. Oh, there's the other Iono. So, I don't exactly know what my opponent was doing there. To be completely honest, I Okay, sure. So we did win that game. Very confused on exactly what our opponent's thought process was. But that kind of was, like, we even got to show off Wellspring Sob in that game. And we're just going to go again, I guess. So, yeah, just showing off how powerful Cinccino can be and how much your opponent probably will want to, like, avoid it, like I talked about in the intro and, like, the deck profile, is crazy. Because they're like, I want to take more prize cards, but I'm gonna leave this giant menace on your bench then, just to come back later. It's a very weird and awkward situation for your opponent. We want the coin flip? Yes, please. We would like to go first because that gives us our Lugia V-Star right away. What do we got? What do we got? Probably the worst starting Pokemon possible. We do have 2 Capturing Aromas. We also do have 2 Cinccinos in our starting hand. So this is not looking too good. We need to hit 2 Tails, I think. Oh, okay. So it's the... yeah, that's not great. I think let's go Capturing Aroma. Let's try and get the... Heads. No, we didn't want that. We'll go for the Archeops. And then we're going to go Capturing Armor. We need to hit Tails here. Tails, please. Thank you. Okay, so we stay in the game. Not too good, though. Because now we have to go for Lumineon, and we can go get Carmine. Which we do have 1 Carmine. So we're good. We're good. We're good. So let's go Lumineon for Carmine. And I think we're actually going to attach the... yes, I would like to use Luminous Sign for Carmine. Yeah, we'll do that. And they're playing this Petra run, and they're also playing Okie Dokie. So I think we're going to attach the Gift Energy to Ursaluna. And then we're going to go ahead and use Carmine. Oh, ew. So it's either do I want to set up my Lugia, which is kind of required, or do I not want to have... I guess that's not really a debate. We'll go here, get our Lugia V. Yeah, not too good because we also don't get our Cinccinos, like, at all. So I should have probably kept an energy in hand. I don't know. This is not looking too good. But this is kind of what happens to Lugia sometimes, is that it hits these really weird, awkward things. Like, just, things can go horribly wrong. And luckily we were able to, like, escape, kinda. But now we're just in such a weird spot now. So they got Swap ability so they can turbo through their deck as well. We do have Research, so we're still fine. But at the same time, they could have, like, Prime Capture shenanigans. Okay. What is going on here? Ooh, that's also very rough for our opponent to lose out on 2 Dark Patches and an Energy Switch. I still think that we win the competition for worst discard pile, though, because... Okay, there's a Janine Secret Art. They're probably going to... if they use Poison Chain for 10, then that's, like, just not good for them. I wish... Sometimes I really wish that, like, I just had Prime Catcher in all my decks. So, they poison their Petra run, and they can use Poison Chain and do some damage, you know? They can do 60 damage on this turn. Okay, never mind. They can do 90 damage, I believe, to this Bloodmoon Ursaluna. Petra run EX, potentially? Monkey Dory. Yeah, okay, Petra run EX. They might just go in with Okie Dokie and, you know, try and do the Okie Dokie thing. So, I think our best bet here is definitely to... I don't know why they attached to... Yeah, okay. I mean, still a very small hand for them. Ooh, yeah, no, 110 damage. Yikes, dude. That's real bad. I forgot because it does 5 more. Okay, well, Minccino... We can't recycle the Cinccinos, so we're just going to have to research away both of them, and that's all of our Cinccinos gone. Ooh, okay, so Okay, very awkward, very weird. We need a Lugia V-Star here in order to set up. And even still, we're not looking too great. Let's go Great Ball. This isn't good at all. This is so bad. We don't even have a Lugia V-Star. We have Jacques for next turn, but like, there's nothing else we can do. Minccino is completely useless. I don't know what we do. If we go bundle, then they'll just put up their Okie Dokie. I think I need to place down another Lugia just to guarantee that we can keep this. We can go Mist Energy on the Lugia V to prevent... Yeah, just on one of the Lugias. And then, you know, maybe we could place down the bundle. But also, I think we just have to do this. This is really bad. Because now, luckily, Bloodmoon Ursaluna does survive another turn of poison. Because 280 and then 6... 240, so we'll survive with 20 HP left. Energy on the Okie Dokie, which is what I expected. If they go Poison Chain, they will have 20 HP left, and so we're basically kind of on the clock to... So it might just end up being... Yeah, okay, it might just... Oh, Poison Chain... What? What? How is... Oh, because of Binding Mochi. Oh, no. Okay, well, good thing we put the Gift Energy on. I kind of forgot about the... Yeah, okay, but the good news is that we do have Iron Bundle to kind of, like, prevent our opponent from... Wait, why didn't Gift Energy do anything? Wait, why didn't Gift work? Huh? There's nothing blocking Gift Energy. Oh, no, it wasn't from damage from an attack. It was... Oh, that's dumb. Let's go Mesagoza. Let's just try Mesagoza first. Heads. Okay. So we get any Pokemon we want. What do we want? Lugia V-Star. We have to get Lugia V-Star, right? No, we can get... We can't get Lumineon, can we? There's no more Lumineons. Plus, we wouldn't really want that either. So I think that we just have to go for Lugia, and then we can just go... Like... There's no good Pokemon to grab anymore. It's like everything is bad here. And they also can take advantage of it. So I think we'll just go for the Lugia V-Star. I don't know. We'll just grab it, you know? Let's go Lugia V-Star here. Because that's kind of what our play has to be. Then we have to go Jacques. No, we don't have to. We don't have to use Jacques. Because now we just go Summoning Star. Yeah, very weird. Do we have to... We don't have to use Jacques anymore, though. So let's go Summoning Star. We are going to put a Cinccino on the board. You can do that. It just does not feel good here. This does not feel very good at all. So let's go Primal Turbo, and we need to put on Double Turbo, and we need to put on probably Gift, I'd imagine. Yeah, that's probably our best bet. Because we're going to be going down a bit on cards, and we're probably going to just go after the... Because now we're doing 200 with Tempest Dive, so let's just go Boss and get rid of this Pecharunt. I could even put the bundle down in case they try and stall with Pecharunt again. And so we can also draw more cards. I think that's pretty okay. And then we're just going to go ahead and use Tempest Dive, and we're going to discard the Mesagoza. And yes, we would like to discard the Mesagoza. So... kind of flipping it around here a tiny bit, but also this is just one of those like really weird... The good news is that Mist Energy does prevent poison, I believe, so we could be good there. They also no longer can just go ahead and use Okie Dokie. So... And also now Iron Bundle can force up something that they don't want, and then we can just like load stuff up on our bench now. So there's the Okie Dokie getting energies on it, but it no longer... Okay, now it has the Pecharunt. They're going to do damage to themselves with poison. So we need to get energies, I think. Perilous Jungle. Interesting. So this is probably they're looking for their other Pecharunt. Yeah. Yeah, there's not really much we can do to prevent that. So Lugia goes down, we get 2 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Okay. Oh, they have a Radiant Greninja too. Just here, Radiant Greninja while we're at it. That does ruin the bundle play. I should have probably not placed down bundle. They probably would have just gone Greninja regardless. Oh, they do need a Binding Mochi in order to KO here. They're only doing 260. Why? On the off chance, just they got their Binding Mochi. Oh, boo. Boo. That's just so dumb, man. Of course they just randomly got their Binding Mochi. We do get 2 cards here. We do need them to be good cards. Lugia goes down, and they are both trash. Great. Thank you for nothing. They do take damage, though. And we kind of just have to sit behind behind this. So, yeah, this isn't good. Ultra Ball. Great. That's useless. Yeah, that's not going to do anything for us. Ultra Ball, I guess we can go Ultra Ball away to Archeops. And we can go get a Lugia V-Star and just evolve, you know? I don't exactly know what we're going to do here. I think we kind of just lose just thanks to that horrible turn 1. We can go Primal Turbo. We can actually let them take 0 prize cards on this thing. Let's go something like this and this. This is... Well, hold on. They could actually also just go with their Pecharunt. So we probably have to go something like the Mist. So that way they can't... So we're only doing 140, which is real bad. I wanted 1 more energy, but we didn't get it. So this basically means that we're stuck with... Yeah, stuck with nothing here. Big nothing burger. I think I want to also just burn this Jacques. Do I even want to grab anything? Not really. I mean, we can just thin. Hope that we can draw into better cards. We have, like, all the Pokemon in Pokemon Search we could ever want, but no energies. Yeah, let's just go Special Roll, and, yeah, sure, 160. We're still just behind. Ultimately, we're still behind, and they KO this Cinccino, and then what? It's, like... Very weird going forward. But the Mist prevents their Pecharunt from being able to just knock us out with Poison Chain. So they can go Chain Craze for a knockout. And then... Oh, okay. They also can use Subjugating Chain, or they can use Irritated Outburst as well. That's concerning. Because how much is it? 60 for each prize card? 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, the Pheasantipity. And a Karma. Oh my gosh, dude. Okay, well, just have everything you want, I guess. Yeah, we are, like, very low on resources. I really wish that we didn't have to start with Bloodmoon Ursaluna. It also sucks that I put the Legacy energy on, because now we can't just go Iron Hands for 3, but at the same time, we're probably just gonna... Yeah, it's just not great. It's not great. So our opponent's probably just thinking like, oh, well, we'll take 0 prizes on this turn, I guess. Yeah, 300 damage. Legacy energy prevents them from taking prize cards. Yep. But now they just have like an Irritated Outburst that they can use. Sure. So I wonder if we should have tried to set up another Lugia. It probably doesn't matter too much, to be honest. Because we can't boost our HP or anything. Oh, wow, another Ultra Ball. Another Pokemon Search card that we don't need. Let's go ahead and get rid of these. And go get another Lugia V. Because they kind of just win if they have a Gust anyways. So we might as well just do what we can. Yeah, we kind of just lose, actually, don't we? Yeah, we just lose. Yeah, I don't know what we're doing here. We don't have enough energy. We simply just cannot win. So that's one of the problems with Lugia. And honestly, when I ranked all the lists, or all the decks in the tier list or whatever, that's why I put Lugia in A tier rather than putting it in S tier. Is it because of that RNG that can prevent it from being able to win? So we're going to play one more game. We're going to try it out one more time. And hopefully we can get a good game here because... we just did not get what we needed to in that last game. That's just Lugia's biggest weakness here, is how crazy the RNG can get. We lose the coin flip. This gets worse and worse. But let's see what we got. If our opponent chooses second... Okay, they chose first. So, already in a bad position for us. What is this? Ew. Ew. We're going second, too, which means that we don't... Ooh, okay. 3 mulligans. What do we got? Dragapult. We actually have a good Dragapult matchup, to be honest. We will take the 3 mulligan cards, though. Yeah, we'll take all 3. Perfect. Now this turns into a decent hand. Obviously, we don't want to have all these energies in our hand. But we're okay with... we're okay with maybe getting, like, something like that. I don't know. This is just going to be weird. Ooh, an attached pass. We love to see that. Oof, we do not need to draw into another energy. I don't even want to Iono them either. We could just go for Capturing Aroma. We could go Gift. I don't know, just get a Gift on. We lose that on V-Guard and a couple Jets and a Cinccino, but that's, like, not that bad. Capturing Aroma, we'll try it out. We get a Heads, so we're going to go for Archeops here. And we're just going to get rid of it. And sure, we'll put down the Iron Bundle in case they put down a support Pokemon. And then, yay, lose out on a lot of our stuff. Okay, another Minccino, not useful. Iron Hands can be useful, just to take 2. Also, being able to use Hyper Blower potentially. I do want to get another Pokemon in there, but also I don't think that we need to do much of anything else on this turn. So we can just beat for 10 damage, to be completely honest. I'm looking through all my other options. The rest of them can wait. That's the thing about this deck is, like, if you have Great Ball and you can't, like, effectively do anything with Great Ball on that turn, don't play Great Ball. So basically, if they go... I should have probably placed down another Minccino as well, to be honest. Ooh, double fire energy. Yeah, so I should have placed down the other Minccino, to be honest. Because they can just go Jet Headbutt for 70. We kind of just stay ahead the rest of the game, though, right? Yeah, we just set up Lugia VSTAR. Earthen Vessel, okay, thin a bit more. Why didn't they just go for Phantom Dive? That actually would have been much better for them. Because they had it in their hand. What? I'm actually very confused. Okay, Jet Headbutt for 70. Because they actually could have gotten their Phantom Dive KO. Okay. It's time to rely on RNG. Hooray! We need to place down another Minccino. I did originally want to play 70 HP. Of course, we top deck Cinccino as well. Okay. Let's go for Great Ball first. Ugh, Wellspring. You're not useful. Sure. We'll just get you in our hand. Capturing Aroma, we need this to be a Heads, I think. Well, yes, we need it to be Heads. Tails. Ugh. Ew. Bloodmoon doesn't work effectively yet. I could just go for Lumineon and then go for Lumineon, like, not Jacques. We can't Jacques because otherwise we only get 1 Archeops. And we only have 1 Archeops in discard. Maybe a Research? Maybe we just go get Lumineon for Research. It's probably our best bet here. Lumineon. We can attach Jet to the active. Just to have another energy on so we don't have to waste. And we're probably not going to use Iron Hands, to be honest. So this just basically means that we need to draw into a Lugia VSTAR, which is not impossible. Also, once again, going down to only having 1 Cinccino left. Yeah, this is not great. Okay, perfect. Let's go Lugia VSTAR. Now we basically just kind of turbo our way to victory here. We actually, I think, could have won if we had placed down another Minccino. So let's go Summoning Star, put down 2. Uno, dos. Slap those on the bench. Primal Turbo. We'll slap on probably... Oh, we don't even have a double turbo. We don't even have very many energies left at all. Oh my gosh, I forgot how much we discarded. We also have some energies prized. Good to know. But I think that we're just going to go to Mist, or we could go something like this. Yeah, we also have drawn into a lot of energies as well, and we're just going to have to go one more Primal Turbo. But basically, we basically win the game next turn. We can just go for Mist. I kind of want to just, to be completely honest, there's no other point with Legacy anymore, because you got rid of all of our Legacy Star users. So let's just go to this. Sure, here you go. Slap on Legacy Energy. Boom! 1 prizers. Everything is a 1 prizer except this Lumineon. And then we're just going to go Tempest Dive. So this puts them on the death clock here. They have to have another Pokemon. If they don't, then they just lose. So, what do you got? What do you have? Boss, that doesn't matter. We'll just retreat. They can attach and Phantom Dive, but it doesn't matter. We just win. We also have energies in hand. Oh. Okay. Well, they even grabbed Psychic Energies. I don't know. We've had really weird opponents today, to be completely honest. We've had very weird opponents. But we definitely wouldn't have won that game if it kept dragging on like that. But yeah, okay, that's Lugia V-Star, everybody. We had one really good game, we had one really bad game, and then we had one game that was just like, what the heck happened? So that's the list. Lugia V-Star is incredibly powerful. Obviously, it won the biggest tournament in a long time, online tournament in a long time for a reason. So that's going to be the deck. Again, very fun. I've had a ton of fun playing this deck, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to subscribe if you'd like to see more. The support on the channel has been amazing so far. We're almost at 1.1k, which is crazy to think about. Like a week ago, I didn't have 1,000 yet. So I really appreciate all the support so far. So if you'd like to see more, please consider subscribing. And yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, God bless, have fun. We'll see you out there, and we'll see you next time. Thank you all so much for watching.